It's showtime! Welcome to the Happy Hour Show. Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Chamo. Great to see you back. And those of you that just joining for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can hear me, everybody go like this. This is great. Everybody go like this. Wonderful. And go ahead and interlace. Go like this. Cross your arms. Put your thumbs down. Interlace your fingers. Wonderful. We're doing a little exercise today. And make sure they're up. Yeah, don't keep them under, just up. I want to see everybody's hands. And now go like this. Thumbs up. Practice that, okay? Let's see you. Give me 1 second. I would love to see all of you. Let me see if we can put you there. No here. All right, we're going to adjust it in a moment. Well, I'm happy that you're joining. We have an amazing show today. I know that every time I say we're going to have a great show, but today I really mean it. We have a super funny comedian. Lenny Schmidt is joining us from Chicago. He's coming up later. And of course, what you are waiting for, we have Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on, Alan? I don't know if they're waiting for me specifically, but thank you very much. Hi, everybody. It's great to be here with you this afternoon, this evening. Thank you.
Ryan Ahern. And I'm so happy to have you here again with us every week, joining us from Las Vegas. Amazing pianist.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alan. Yeah, good to be live from Vegas over here.
So we're waiting to hear from you. It's going to come later in the show. We also have our word game. A lot of surprises, and actually, and I want to thank everybody that really supports the show. You can support the show if you would like. I mean, we do this because we love doing it. But if you want to support the show, feel free to throw a few bucks. Even if it's $5, it helps us keep the lights on. You can do it right there. You have the link, alanchamo.com/support. If you can afford some, throw a few bucks, it helps us definitely. So let's get this going. You know what we need for the happy hour, Ryan?
Every good happy hour usually comes with a delicious beverage. Is that what you had in mind?
This is exactly
right.
what I had in mind. So let's have a delicious drink. Are you ready? By the way,
I'm ready.
Every show, when you sign up, it shows you what is the drink of the day. So we encourage you to get the ingredients, and we try to make it simple so you don't have a lot of alcoholic ingredients. We try to keep it to one alcoholic ingredient, and the rest are lemons or juices or things like that. And you can just, we have the list. You can just get it and be ready so you can prepare it together with a mixologist here. All right?
I'm still lobbying for the chocolate milk, Alan. One of these weeks we're going to get it.
All right, so let's see here. We have Darnell. Let me just first bring in here. Drink of the week, brought to you by Team Bonding, where work meets play. All right, Darnell, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right, my brother. How are you, Alan?
I'm wonderful. Great to see you. Great to have you. What are we having today?
Today, we're going to have a nice little fall variation of a wonderful Caribbean cocktail, the pomegranate mojito, we're going to be doing today. A wonderful, wonderful, delicious cocktail here. It's a super easy cocktail to make, super refreshing. It's based off of a very classic cocktail coming out of Santiago de Cuba in Cuba itself, out of all Caribbean islands. It is a cocktail that contains fresh mint, lime, touch of sugar, and rum. Today we're going to do a little variation version of it, using pomegranate juice as an added flavor element to make it super flavorful, fun, and delicious. To get started, this one we're going to shake it up. So if you have any shaker at home, this is a Boston shaker. It's two pieces, cup fits in the other. You can use anything with a lid. There are cobbler shakers that has a lid and a little cap. That works just fine. What we're going to do is use this vessel here to kind of mix up all the ingredients together. And then we're going to just pour it straight out into the glass that we want here. So to get started, we, like always, when we're building cocktails, we want to make sure to work with our cheapest ingredients first. That way, in case we go ahead and add our sugar, and we had our rum in there, we add our sugar, we added too much lime, we'll say, dang, gotta throw that out. Nah, that's alcohol abuse. I don't think we're that kind of people, right, guys? We're going to take care of our spirit. We're going to take care of our pockets and work with our cheapest ingredients first and build our way up there. To get started, we just need to measure our ingredients, and we're going to do that. Here I have a jigger. This jigger measures 2 ounces to 1, but you can use any little measuring cup that works just fine. Or a shot glass is really perfect. Shot glasses measures up to 2 ounces. Half that is 1, half that is half, and you can use the ratios as a way to like gauge how you're doing. So to get started, we're going to be pouring in equal parts here of sugar or simple syrup. We're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Simple syrup is just that syrup. That's simple. It's 1-to-1 equal portions of sugar and water. We're going to go ahead and add 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Always best to try to use your ingredients as fresh as you can. Get some limes, juice them fresh. And lastly, our key ingredient here is, in terms of giving us our flavor profile, that's going to be our pomegranate juice. Go ahead and pour 3/4 of an ounce. Fun fact, grenadine comes from the word granada, which comes from pomegranate. Grenadine is, in fact, not that cherry syrup that you see the bartender pouring to your Shirley Temple. It is, in fact, a pomegranate syrup. So once you know that, it's easy to make at home. All you got to do is follow the same simple syrup recipe. Just replace the water for some pomegranate juice. Next up, you want to go ahead and grab some mint leaves. Now will be a great moment to add on some fresh herbs. You want to grab some leaves, about 6 to 8 leaves, rest it in the palm of your hand, and then give it a nice hard clap. And just like that, boom, drop it into your tin. Giving it a nice little clap into our hands helps releases the oils, makes it super aromatic. I'm sure you can start to smell the mint in the room, right? Now we're going to finish it up with a white rum. I'm using here Bacardi Superior. The rum that is coming out of Cuba originally is, in fact, the rum that was used in the original mojito. So we're going to just do 2 ounces or 1 full shot. Ooh, got a little excited with that one right there. Bam. We're going to go ahead and put 1 full shot of rum in there. And then what we want to do is take a couple cubes of ice. We're going to put that into our shaker. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this a nice hard shake. We want to break up these ice cubes, get the liquid nice and cold, and we want to go ahead and incorporate all the ingredients. If I did this right, that should be right now. I'm Alan Chamo now. I'm getting it going. So to give it a nice hard shake, it's going to be left hand on the bottom if you're righty, right hand on top. Get it horizontal, contact from end to end, and always remember that when you shake, put on your best smile. Let's give it a nice hard shake. Get it nice and cold. Boom, you can start to feel the metal on your hands get nice and cold there. You want to go ahead and you should hear the ice gotten nice and small. We're going to go ahead and put this in a glass with ice. Fresh ice here, and the reason we're using fresh ice is because it's undiluted. It's going to be, won't make it too watered down, and then we want to strain that right over into our glass. Nice little pieces of mint in the glass. Oh, it's really lovely. I'm gonna use a little dehydrated citrus to garnish it, and there you have it, guys. A pomegranate mojito. Cheers.
Oh, it looks great. I love the color of that. And when will the technology be good enough so we can actually smell and actually receive it from you
Yeah,
directly, no?
we need to start working on that, brother. Let's get a patent working.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Darnell, thank you so much. I really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. We're looking forward for next week, and I would like to also thank Team Bonding for sponsoring this segment. So thank you so much, Darnell. We'll see you
Cheers,
next
guys.
week. Bye bye.
Stay safe. Cheers.
All right. Now, anybody here made the drink? I would love to see. I'm looking at you guys. Anybody has that drink? Anybody made it? Last week we had a few people with the drink. There we go. Steve Soref. Steve Lechaim. Very good. I love it. It tastes good? Yeah? You look happy there. And let me see Michael over there. It's a good also opportunity. A shout out to Valerie. She's driving right there. Be careful, okay? Yes, waving at us. So thank you for supporting the show every week. And Mike and your wife, thank you for joining, Mike, too. And we apologize that we kicked you out last week. Nothing personal. For those of you who joined last week, you might understand what I'm talking about, but it was some kind of a funny situation that we had. Anyways, let's do some magic here. Who would like to participate in some magic? Anybody here likes cards? Yes? Raise your hand, by the way. This is audience participation. This is as close as we can get to a theater right now. So, okay, Howard, how you doing, Howard? Here, there you go. I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself so you can do that. Hi. Good to see you, Howard. Let me bring you in so everybody can see you as well. Let me see if we can make it happen. Almost not good enough. Let's try this one instead. Okay, well, you know what? You can see my table and me. Is that right?
Yes,
And we can hear you.
yes.
Okay, where are you joining from, Howard?
Boynton Beach, Florida.
Wonderful. What community?
Valencia Cove.
Hello, all the Valencia's Covians. Did I say it right?
Covians.
Covians. Okay, that's the right way to say it. All right. So, Howard, here, you're going to help me out. This is actually one of the effects one of the card tricks that I learned first. And this is something that every magician needs to learn and really practice a lot to get it right. It's not easy, but this was something that I learned back when I was, I think, 15 or 16-year-old, and definitely took a lot of time to master this, and I still love doing it. So just a reminder and to keep me humble. So I'm going to try and replicate right now. So do me a favor, Howard. You can see here all the cards. They're all here. Let's give it a little shuffle. Okay. And can you please choose one? Here, I'm going to go like this. If you can see them, you can either say stop or you can name one card.
7 of Hearts.
Okay, 7 of Hearts. Let me see where it's right over here. Okay, 7 of Hearts. Wonderful. And Howard, I will write your name on it so nobody think that I have a duplicate of this card. Okay. And Howard, and we never met before, but I didn't ask you to participate in this. So here
Nope.
you can see my handwriting here.
With you.
Excuse me?
I enjoyed dinner last night with you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh man, I told you, just keep it between us, okay? All right, Howard, and you're from Valencia Cove, so I'm gonna put V Cove here, and would you and just in case here, let me see. Tell me a little smiley face or drawing or something, so I can also put it here.
4 grandchildren.
4 grandchildren, okay. That's going to be the best I can do with 4 grandchildren. Okay, and the reason I'm doing all this nonsense is so you are 100% sure that this is indeed the only seven of hearts in this deck of cards. There is no other seven of hearts, and if there would be another seven of hearts, it wouldn't have all this writing on it. So please, everybody, remember it, have it in front of you. And those of you, by the way, if you're looking at your screen and you see a lot of little windows with a lot of people, you are watching the wrong show. You should go to the top right of your computer, click where it says view, and you should be on speaker view so you can see me in big. That would definitely be a better show, okay? Just to make sure, you're supposed to see me in big. All right, Howard, here we go. So let's go ahead and let's lose your card somewhere in the deck here, okay? Give it a little shuffle. And here's how it goes. Cut. And look, sometimes it works like this. Just a snap of my fingers and your card jumps back to the top. I'll do it one more time until everybody likes it and I get an applause. Thank you, Howard. Okay, thank you, Freddie and Phyllis. Okay, this is great. Here, I'll do it again. The second time, it's normally more amazing. So it goes right there in the center. You can see it's right there in the middle.
I want it on
Right
the
there.
top.
You want it on the top. There you go, you see? And it goes back to the top. You said top. Hey, listen, what you say, this is what I do. Again, watch. Very slow motion. This tick, 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 tick. So I cannot do it slower than this. And again, back to the top. I know everybody's. Put it. What do you mean put it in bottom? This is not a show as you want, you know. Here, but here, I just for you, Howard, just for you. Boom. Back like this and back to the top.
No. The bottom. Put it in the middle, and I want it to come out on the bottom.
Who's doing the show here, you or me? Exactly, that's what I thought. You know what? Since, you know, we have a tough audience here, let's do this. Say stop anywhere you want.
Stop.
A little faster, I have another show after this one, okay? You ready? And go. I didn't start yet, but...
Stop.
Okay, wonderful. So here, let's put it right there, okay? And just in case, because you really don't trust what I'm doing here, so I'm going to leave it out a little bit so everybody can see it. It's right there, right there. Actually, here, we'll place it right here in the middle.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
it jumped to my mouth. I'm sorry, it jumped to my mouth. Actually, I don't know if this works over camera because you see me all the time. But I said, you know, let's just give it a try. We might as well try. Okay, let's do this so you can really follow this. Actually, hold on one second. Let's do this one more time. And this is really, you know, it happens like this. Boom, again, back to the top. Let's give it a little fold. So now it's going to be easier to follow it because your card now has a little belly, okay, a little belly, and it's easier to follow. All right, just bend it. Watch. Here we go. 1, 2, and let me see if we can make it happen. And pop. Yes. And you know what? I will give myself a round of applause. Let me see if I have here some applause sound. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are great. Oh, you know what? Let's do one more thing with this. Let me just leave it aside. I want to show you something here. I'm gonna grab actually another card now. Let me see here. Hold on. And not this one. Let's put it this. Hold on. And let's see. Okay, here we go. This is a great card. And the 6 of hearts. So it's visual 6 of hearts. We're going to play with the 6 of hearts right now. But remember the 7 of hearts. We're going to go back to it. So let's position it somewhere over here. Now this is like a little see-through. Let me just show you first. It's a little see-through plastic. It's like a plastic sleeve. Let me just put it in here. There you go. So you cannot say that I'm doing any sleight of hands here, okay? So the 6 of hearts, it's right there. Can everybody see it? Perfect. Now watch carefully, and I'm going to try to bring it in maybe a little bit more. Watch. There you go, 6 of hearts right there. And slowly you might notice how it starts changing in front of your eyes. Can everybody see that? And there you go, your card right there. Thank you so much, everyone. That was fun. I have to tell you, I sometimes practice new material with you, but this is not new material, but I'm practicing this to convert it into Zoom, because when you're used to perform in person and let people handle the cards. Thank you, Howard, by the way. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
When you are used to do something for so long in person, going into virtual, you need to make a lot of adjustments, because I normally would hand the cards, people would shuffle the cards. So all this needs to convert in my hands, needs to convert in my mind, and how it goes through you. So let me know in the chat. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Sherry, and everybody. You can put your comments on the chat. This is awesome. I appreciate it. Phyllis, thank you for joining us. And every week, some of you are joining every week, and I really appreciate it. And now we're coming to the moment that many of you have been waiting for. And I absolutely love having comedians here. And I have so much respect for comedians, and I mentioned it before, because comedy for me is pure art. There is nothing more pure than comedy. You see, it's only a person, a microphone, and it needs to make you laugh. Now, obviously, there are all kinds of comedians. Some will make you laugh, and some, maybe it's not going to be funny for other people. But this guy is hardcore. He is like, when you think about a stand-up comedian, you think about him. He is a real stand-up comedian, really, really funny. Now, we're going to unmute some people. I hope it's okay. We're not going to unmute everybody. We're going to unmute only a few people that are on camera. Now, please imagine right now, even if you are not unmuted, that you are unmuted. So do not say anything that you don't want us to hear, okay? But the reason we are muting a few people is because we want to get that vibe of a stand-up comedy club, all right? So without further ado, let me introduce our guest entertainer. From television's Bones and True Blood, the film Joe Dirt, and the host of the podcast Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy. From Chicago, with you, Lenny Schmidt.
Hey, Alan, thank you so much for having me on the show. I can't thank you enough for being here. I always look forward to doing a show from my bedroom in front of an orange curtain, wearing a shirt and a tie and no pants. This is the best thing about COVID, really, is that I haven't worn pants for one show for the last 3 or 4 months. It's comfortable. You guys don't need to know that, but the second the show's over, my bed's right there. I lay down and I take a nap immediately. So there you go. How's everyone doing? Thank you. Hello across the world. Yeah, do the little hand thing. Give it up for Alan, please. Give Alan a round of applause for the card trick. We'll do this for Alan. He's got to get some props. It's very good work. It's good to be here. It's nice to be home. I'll be honest with you. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from Chicago. I was lucky enough to be able to travel the last 2 weeks. I went out and did some clubs. I worked in Oklahoma City. I worked in Wichita, and I traveled for the first time during this whole COVID thing. This is different now. It's a whole new world now when you go out there walking around. First of all, I followed the rules, wore the mask, the whole thing. I'm all dressed up and covered in the duct tape, head to toe. Walk to the airport, not a problem. Everything's fine. People still look at you weird. I think it was all the coughing and hacking I was doing in the airport. That might have done it. It's very possible I freaked him out. But I will tell you this. I walked right through security. Not a problem. Here's the easiest travel day ever. I'm like, hey, you want to check my... No? Okay, I'll just get on the plane. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I fly Southwest a lot. That's an airline I fly quite often. I like Southwest for a couple of reasons, but I don't like them for one specific reason. They don't give you a seat, an assigned seat. I want to know where I'm sitting on the plane. The plane's not a bus. If you pay for a flight, I want to see where my seat on the ticket. 11B, 11C, 11D. They don't do that on Southwest. They give you a group, and you stand with your group by a rope, like cattle. Just a bunch of you, and you're forced to watch better cattle get on before you. You know what I mean? You're like, "Mrrr." And they walk by like, "Nyeh, mrrr, nyeh." And they'll do pre-boarding assistance, but they won't give them enough time to get down the tunnel. You know what I mean? It's like 10 seconds, maybe. And all of a sudden, they're just walking down, and all of a sudden, some guy lifts the rope and says, "Go!" And people just start running. They're coming. And I will run you over for analysis. I will. I don't care. I'm coming right through. This COVID thing has changed the whole way I handle colds. Usually, as an entertainer, when you travel on ships and you travel a lot, I have a great immune system. You know what I mean? I used to have a perfect remedy for a cold. This works for everyone, except COVID. I haven't tested it yet for COVID. I'll be honest with you. I'll let you know if I get the COVID, and I'll try for this. But for any other cold, try this. It's a 3-part cure. Works for everyone. It's powerful. Here's what you do. Here's the first part. Number one. I don't care what's wrong with you. Headache, stomach ache. You don't feel good. Do this first. Shot of Jameson. Number one. And drink it straight down. Bam. All the way. Shoot it all the way. Don't sip it. After you drink the Jameson, you chase it immediately with a shot of NyQuil. Yeah. Back to back. Bam. Bam. After the NyQuil, you chase that with a shot of Jägermeister.
Oh my God.
Back to back. Bam, bam, bam. 3 shots. Every 2 hours, do that. Every 2 hours. Just during the day. Just during the day. At night, you need sleep. You need some rest. You do that, that cold is gone in like 16 weeks. You feel you are 30% in no time. I'll tell you right now. 30%. Speaking of doctors, I have a checkup coming up. I don't know if you know, my birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 56 in a few weeks. And I go and get my yearly checkup every year, the day of my birthday. That's because the night of my birthday, I go out and I do stuff. I do everything I'm not supposed to do. Everything the doctor tells me not to do. I don't care what it is. Red meat, scotch, bourbon, beer, meth. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care. I break every rule. I'll tear a tag off a mattress. I'll do it. So I got to go see the doctor the day before that, because when you're over 50, one bad night of not eating well and drinking heavily will whack your system completely off the charts. You know what I mean? You go in to see a doctor, they run one blood test, suddenly surrounded by 9 guys in hazmat suits with oxygen masks coming at you. Also, and I just changed doctors too, which I don't know if you have to do this in a while. Changing doctors sucks. It's the worst thing in the world to do. Here's the hardest thing about changing a doctor. Your first meeting with the new doctor, you sit down and he's asking you all those questions, and he's got your medical reports in front of you. So you got to remember all the lies you told the previous doctors. That's a lot of pressure. I can't remember that. You know, he looks at me, he's like, "So how much do you drink?" I'm like, "What does it say there?" He said, "It says here you drink 3 or 4 scotches a night." I go, "Is that what it says?" Wow. I must have been drunk when I answered that question. I'll be honest with you. My birthday falls during the holidays, and that's the hardest part for me, because I'm one of those guys that lets the holidays go. You know what I mean? Everybody eats. You try to eat well, try to take care of yourself. You know, you get older, you start to budget what you eat, pay more attention to bad foods. But when the holiday comes, I don't care. I'll eat it all. I'll break all the rules during the holidays. I know this. I've accepted it. I know every Thanksgiving, my diet is going to be completely out of whack till the following Halloween. That's just how I roll.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. One guy is that Howard? Of course, that's Howard. I am actually originally from Chicago. I'm in LA now, but I'm from Chicago. I grew up. I had 4 brothers, 4 little brothers. I was the oldest of 5 boys. My mom tried 5 times to have a girl. After the 5th boy, she said, "That's enough. Put a dress on him." I'm not going through labor ever again. Boys, meet your sister Eddie. He's in therapy. I wasn't the greatest kid in the world either. I was a little difficult as a child. I was a handful. I was not well behaved. But when it came to schoolwork, education, my grades, I was a 2.0 student. Thank you very much.
2.02.
Yes, clap. They start you at 0. That's all I'm saying. You can't mail in 2.0. You got to go to gym and wood shops. A lot of work. I had a little brother. He was one of those 4.0 kids. You got an A in every class he ever took. He'd come home. He'd be all happy, proud, cocky. He'd walk in the door like, I got my report card. And I'd be like, shut up, shh. Because I used to hide the report cards. And then my mom would look at me and she would go, where's your report card? And I'd be like, they're not doing that this year. They say good job and go home. My mom was tough. We didn't have much money growing up either. My mom, we were tight. My mom was a single mom, raised 5 boys by herself. It's a hard thing for me to think about now. I'm a parent. I have teenage daughters. She was in her early 30s with 5 single, and we were all different forms of poor. We were homeless for a while. We lived in a car. We lived in a tent. We lived at a friend's house. We stayed at different places. But my mom eventually got a job, got a house, and really got us back together. It was an amazing accomplishment for me to think about that as a parent. I don't know how she handled that pressure, but she did everything she could to get by. She had a deal with a local grocery store where she would get a case of canned goods, damaged canned goods for $5, like cheap groceries. But the kicker, there were no labels on the cans. So our kitchen was filled with canned goods with no labels. None. And every night a brother would grab a can and give it to her, and she would grab each of the cans and open them up and mix up and make dinner, not knowing what the ingredients were going to be. We invented the show Chopped. We would hand her a can and she would open it up and go, okay, let's see. The first ingredient is cream corn. The second ingredient, lima beans. Third ingredient, blueberry pie filling.
Oh my God.
And the fourth ingredient, beefaroni. But she would mix it up and she would find a way to make it good. She took everything she had and made the best out of it. And it was amazing. It was a great lesson as a child. Also, as a kid, you start to figure out what's in what can when you're pulling them out of the cabinet every night. You know what I mean? You get pretty good practice. But I will tell you this, after doesn't matter how much time, tuna and cat food come in the same can. Yeah, now that's a win-win if you're a cat. Not if you're a fat little boy from the suburbs. She was tough too. My mom was a tough woman. She was very tough. She used to ground you and make it hurt for life. That was her goal. Was to mess you. So you were in your 30s in therapy, hyperventilating, going, I remember that day. She grounded me one time, took my Van Halen tickets away from me.
No.
And then she went to the concert. For weeks, my friends would call me on the phone going, hey, Len. Hey, put your mom on, will you? We're going to the prom.
I can't get to Chelsea on here. Can you check your coach?
All right, before I get out of here, I work on ships. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I used to work on ships. I miss cruise ships like many of you do. I'm sure many of you can't wait to get back out there. I check the cruise news every single day so that I know what's going on with the news. I know that they're going to try and bring some cruises back. Short cruises, they'll start with those, which is fine. I've done those as a cruise out of Long Beach, California. I do all the time. It's a 4-day, goes from Long Beach to Catalina Island off the coast and down to Ensenada and then right back to Long Beach. That's it. That's the whole cruise. It's like 8 miles. Really, it's 8 miles if you think about it. If you had a car and there's no water involved, you could do the whole thing in like an hour and a half, tops. It's a short cruise. It's so short that when you're in port the first day, you can see the port for the second day from the ship all day. You're like, wait, where are we going tomorrow? We're going right there, right there. It's such a short cruise. If you drive to the port and park your car in the garage, you can lock or unlock your car from the ship the entire cruise. You're like, I forgot to lock the car. And I will leave you with this. The hardest part about cruising for anyone, I tell everyone the same thing, is coming home. customs and immigration and standing in line. It is such a long, tedious, boring day. It is the worst. It takes all day. Do this next time you cruise. Do this, and this will break the day up for you. It will make it entertaining and fun. Everyone will have a good time. So do this. When you're standing in line, you get to the front, you go to see your customs officer, walk up and do this. Hey, is it illegal for me to bring drugs into the country? And he'll look at you and he'll go, yes. And then look at him and calmly and politely go, okay. Thank you. And look at the guy behind you and go, I told you. Thank you very much, folks. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Thank you.
By Alan so-and-so's.
That was so much.
Yay! Finally got on.
All right, that was fun. Thank you so much, Lenny. Thank you. Stay with us. We're going to play a game. So, Lenny, if you can rejoin in a moment, okay? So, and by the way, Lenny, while you can go ahead, exit, rejoin, like we discussed before. In the meantime, I'm gonna tell them about. And if you want to tell us, where can people find you before you leave?
Oh, they can go to LennySchmidt.com is my website. And if you go to Lenny Schmidt Comedy on YouTube, you can follow me on there. And yeah, there you go. There's the link right there. You can join. I have a podcast I do. It's the podcast. It interviews different entertainment professionals who work ships and cruises and clubs and anybody from Vegas to Branson, anyone that works in live entertainment that's been affected by COVID. We talk about what they did before, how they're dealing with it. And the shows airs live on YouTube 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. But if you check it out, it's called Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy. I've had a lot of great people on there, tons of people, over 100 shows. But we talk about just trying to get through this virus and trying to survive.
That's awesome. And we also put the link for YouTube in the chat, and also your website in the chat. And by the way, the link that we put goes directly to your channel. And the first video there I saw the other day, I was laughing my ass off, I have to say. You know, it was so funny the way you do it with that you have like a part of your stand-up, and then there's like a cartoon scene. Yeah.
It was fun. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's on the last my last album. My new album just came out 2 months ago, Secret Daddy. So you can get that online too. And that video you mentioned plugs that new album. So if you hit that link, it'll take you to the new album, and you can check it out. The albums are all PG clean too. The Secret Daddy, the new one.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate it. And stay with us. We're going to play a game in a moment. So you can rejoin through the back end of the studio. All right. So he's going to be back with us in a moment. Thank you, Lenny. And was that fun or what? Yeah, everybody, and I saw great comments in the chat. Everybody loved Lenny. Super funny guy. Extremely funny. And now let's bring Ryan here. Ryan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. That was
right.
hilarious. I love Lenny. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
That
what
guy,
a great
I
guy.
told you, when you think about a stand-up comedian, you think
Yeah.
Lenny, no?
Absolutely. He's the
Yeah.
quintessential stand-up. Yeah, he's a solid comedian. Good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very
That
funny.
was fun. That was
Hey,
fun.
what do you say we play a game? Everybody wants to play Two Lies and a Truth?
Yes,
play,
everybody loves that game.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this game, Alan. I don't know.
Actually, you know
how
what?
you
I would
feel.
love to know if they love the game. So
I've been hearing some comments. People love it.
you know what? Let's ask everybody if you like the game. And the easiest way to know, if you click where it says, if you join a computer, if you click where it says participants on the bottom, then there is a button in green that says yes, and there's a button in red that says no. So go ahead and click on yes or no if you enjoy the game. Okay, so because we want to do here things that you really, really love, no, Ryan?
Well, absolutely. And that's the whole point of entertainment, for sure.
Exactly.
To do what you love. So yeah, let us know. Let us know what other games you might want to play. I don't know. Are there other games that we could do in the future?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll think about that.
We can do a scavenger hunt at home. Yeah.
We should do that. Yes.
Yeah.
First one to show us a pair of scissors or something gets a point, and we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll have to talk about that. That'd be fun.
I have a few ideas of some things. So we got up until from everybody here. We have 50 people on the call, and only
All right.
8 said yes, and the rest didn't say anything. Nobody said no, but 9 we have that said yes. The rest just
Okay.
don't care. That's what it is. But let's bring Lenny back. He joined us again. Lenny, are you there?
I'm
Let
here.
me see if I can bring all of us. Oh, look at! Did
You
you
hear me?
notice?
Hey, look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, you adjust yourself a little bit of it there. Okay.
We're like a barbershop quartet over here. We
Is
just
that
need one
good?
more guy.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, okay. So we're playing 2 lies and the truth. Let's see here. So the word today is kakoepi. I'm not sure even if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kakoepi. So
Kakoepi.
yeah, Ryan, you're gonna go first, okay? So tell us, what is kakoepi?
Well, it's funny that you say that you maybe didn't pronounce it correctly, because that is exactly what that word means. Kakoepi is a poor or wrong pronunciation of a word. So if you were saying something incorrectly, that's a kakoepi. So a kakoepi is essentially a poor or wrong pronunciation of a word, which I think you might do a lot, Alan. Actually, hate to tell you that.
I do a lot of kakoepis.
You were a kakoepi machine over there from Miami.
I guess I am a kakoepist. Is that a thing, a kakoepist? It sounds like you just made it up. By the way, nobody Google it. Don't you
No.
dare Google it, okay? Everybody in the call, don't Google it. It's not fair. So yeah, Ryan, you just invented it. I can see it in your face. You just like, you heard me say
No.
kakoepi, and he's like, you know what? He's not pronouncing it right. You know?
This is a face you can trust, Alan. I'm telling you, it's a poor or wrong pronunciation of a word. So
Okay. So this is what you go with. Here, let's put it there.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ryan, a poor or wrong pronunciation of a word. All right.
Wow,
Now,
you can
I'm going to
fast.
go now, Lenny, if it's okay with you. I'm going to go second because I have the right answer. So, kakoepi, it actually comes from Latin. For those that speak Spanish, you might, cacaquear, it's a way of laughing as well. So it's basically somebody that laughs out loud in a way that is very, very inappropriate. I had some people in a show, and Lenny, I'm sure it happens to you a lot, that they're just cacoepists. I mean, for you, since you're a comedian, then you don't care. As far as they laugh, there is nothing inappropriate about it. But in my case, when somebody starts like really like screaming and laughing, and so it's fun for like the first 5 seconds, but once it continues for like 20-30 seconds and I cannot continue with the show, it's really cacoepi. It's not right. So that's what it is. It's some people are cacoepists. We had some cacoepists. Well, actually, in this call we didn't have any cacoepists with Lenny, so luckily nobody was inappropriate. So that's the meaning of the word cacoepi, to laugh loudly and inappropriately. All right, Lenny, you go.
Okay, those are both very interesting responses, and they're both 100% incorrect. So let me tell you exactly what cacoepi means. I'm actually very familiar with this word, cacoepi.
Okay.
Cacoepi, quite simply, well, I'll make a short story. I have a neighbor next door who always takes my parking spot. We don't get along. I tell him he's a cacoepi, or he should cacoepi, and he doesn't know what that is. What it is this. I learned it from the vet. Cacoepi is an animal that eats its own poop. It eats its own poop. So cacoepi is an animal that eats its own poop. It's something that eats poop. So I tell my neighbor all the time, he's a cacoepi. Every time he's by a parking spot, I go, "You cacoepi."
So yeah, and does he have to be his own, or can be because my dog eats cat's poop?
Yeah, when it comes to my neighbor, I don't care whose poop he eats. It doesn't matter to me. But he's not a pleasant guy. I don't like.
Taking a wrong turn.
I almost considered delivering some poop to him
Okay.
for him to consume. But I don't. I haven't really thought about it yet. So
Great neighbor, yes, and I hope that people are not dropping now of the call. But yes, Lenny, it's probably the last time I bring you on the show. So that's an animal that likes eating poop. Would that be what you said? Yeah. An animal.
Yeah,
that
that's
likes
exactly what it's an
eating.
animal that likes eating its own poop.
Okay. All right. So let's hear from you now and let us know what you think. Let's run the poll. I'm going to launch the poll right now. There you go. Poll launched. And start voting. So you should see it in front of you. Tell us which one you think, A, B, or C. Which is the right one? Wow, we're getting here 15 of you voted, 17 voted. This is great. Okay, so who's winning for now? Yeah, Lenny, I don't think a lot of people are believing you, by the way.
What? Okay, you know what? That's fine. The vet told me that. The vet told me that.
And the vet
That's
should
a-
know.
Vet has a degree.
So as far as Lenny's concerned, he's telling the truth because that was the truth that he was told. That's
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like you didn't really lie. It's just that you have an alternate truth, which a lot of people have nowadays. So let's see here. So we have 26 voted, 57% of you guys. What's up? Vote, vote, vote. Pun intended. Go ahead, vote. All right. So we're gonna close the poll here, and let's see. I'm going to share the results. So we share the results, and according to you, 17 people said that, Ryan, people are going with you. They believe you more than what they believe me or Lenny. And
okay.
so everybody thinks.
Are you
that
sure they didn't pronounce that incorrectly?
Yeah, probably they read it incorrectly or pronounced it wrongly, no? All right, so on the count of 3, the person that is telling the truth is going to raise their hand. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. All right, that was Ryan. There
All
you
right,
go.
you guys. Thank you very much. See, I told you I know what I'm talking about, Alan. That's
Yes,
when I say these things, I'm not full of it.
you definitely, you're still full of it
I'm a
for me,
wordsmith.
but you definitely, you were right this time.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thanks for everybody's confidence in my
Yes,
definition.
yes, very good, very good. All right,
How many votes did you get, Alan? I'd like to know. And
I
who voted
got
for
I
Lenny?
think 6,
That's what I wanna
and
know.
Lenny got 4. So
4.
I'll take 4. Those 4. I love those 4 people.
You
Yes.
convinced 4 people of that, Lenny. I love it.
very
job.
good. Yeah, you did good, Lenny. You did good. Awesome. All right, well, Lenny, thank you again for joining us. We had so much fun having you.
Thank you for
People
having me.
go check him out,
Thanks.
check him on YouTube, check him on Instagram, follow him on social media, follow him to the comedy club. You can stalk him and just walk behind him to the car, and you can just
I'm good.
follow him. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, Lenny.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ryan.
Fun. I love it.
Was that fun or what? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and if you have ideas of other games, we are open. We would love to know what it is that you love about the show. So you can write to us through the chat, and I will actually, or through my website, alanchamo.com. You can go ahead and do that. And there's a place where you can send me an email, and I'm happy to hear about it. We are available for booking. Ryan, do you do shows? I know you do.
Do I do shows? Yes. Well, this year, I don't do shows. Are you talking about live shows or virtual shows? Because, of course, I do live shows. Usually, I'm on the road 300 days a year. We had a lot planned this year. This was going to be the busiest year of my career. In fact, we did our debut concert in Shanghai last November to a sold-out concert, and there was TV shows and tours lined up for this year, so we missed all that. And of course, I headline out on the cruise lines occasionally, so that's all disappeared. And I have those 2 PBS specials on TV, so those spark a lot of concerts around the country, and all those got canceled. And even here in my hometown in Las Vegas, we have a beautiful performing arts center here called the Smith Center, and I had a couple of concerts here this year that also got canceled. So I am available for shows, my friend. So anybody wants me to come by, I'll do a show in your living room right about now. I don't care. I
Well,
don't need
actually, you are doing a show in everybody's living room, and
Well, exactly. Yes. And even better, because I can be in multiple living rooms at once. and people can be in their car and watch. So yeah, this virtual world is a different level of
Yeah.
energy, but
Yeah.
but it's great to be here and do these
Yeah.
things.
And by the way, I recommend all of you watching, if you want to get the best sound possible, we highly recommend wearing headphones, because the sound that comes out from your iPad speaker or from your computer speaker is not, it might be okay, but it's not really good. When you wear headphones, it's a completely different quality. Or if you connect your computer to the TV, and if you have a good TV, then the sound is going to be awesome. Otherwise, I mean, still, Ryan sounds good anyways, but with headphones, much, much better. Is that right?
Sounds good to me. Yeah, it's true, and that's why I always like to wear headphones, so I
Yeah.
can hear everything the way it's meant to be heard. I mean,
Perfect.
as hard as they try to make great speakers on phones and even for computers, headphones really balance it out. And
Exactly.
you can
All right, let's
enjoy
get
more,
into
so-
the music. Ryan, what did you prepare for us today? We are excited.
Yeah, well, I wanted to play for you today. I want to start off with a song that was the first song I ever learned. And I remember this because outside of some of the silly lesson book songs that they make you run through, this was the first real song, I consider it a real song, that I ever took time to learn. And it was because my neighbor had a grand piano, very similar to this, not so big. And they had a player piano system put on it. So I would go over there and I'd put in the discs, and I would just sit there and watch the keys disappear underneath my fingertips, and I would try to follow those keys and learn songs that way. And I learned a lot of songs that way early on, but this was the first song that I learned with that method, and it's from a cartoon TV show. A lot of you know it. It's called Charlie Brown. Here we go. All right, something kind of fun like that. Yeah, a little TV music for you here today. I wanted to move into some Broadway music for everyone. I get quite a few messages here over the week, and we have a lot of Broadway fans out there, come to find out. And there's a wonderful song that I've been playing most of my career. It's a great standard as well. It's from the famous Broadway play called Cats, and it's a very beautiful song called Memory.
All right.
Yeah, a little memory from Cats. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. Now, that band that you're hearing backing me up is my band, and we recorded those tracks at a wonderful studio here in Las Vegas called Studio at the Palms. And it's been fun to put those tracks to use, because usually when I do my shows, I'm playing with live musicians. So it's kind of fun to sit here with headphones on and pretend like I'm with all my guys. So I want to leave you tonight with a great song from the movie Blues Brothers. I'm sure we got some Blues Brothers fans out there. We got some Blues Brothers fans out there. I knew we did. Well, there's a great song in there called Flip, Flop, and Fly. It's a boogie woogie. I want to leave it with. When I get the blues, I get me a rocking chair. When I get the blues, I get me a rocking chair. I'm gonna rock away, rockin' right out of here. When I get a lonesome, I pick up a telephone. When I get a lonesome, I pick up a telephone. I'm gonna call my baby, tell her I'm on the way back home. I said flip, flop, fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever say goodbye. Well, there goes my baby, flashing a new go-to. Oh, there goes my baby, flashing a new go-to. Well, she's so small, she could model in a payphone booth. Oh, give me one last kiss and make it last a long, long time. Oh, give me one last kiss and make it last a long, long time. Oh, give me one last kiss and make me feel it in my head like mine. I said flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever say goodbye. Try some hot here. Like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. Like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. I got so many women, I don't know which way to jump. Don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. Don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever say goodbye.
All right. Thank you so much. And before you leave us, next week we have a Halloween special. We're going to yeah. Are you going to dress up? Costumes? No. Let's do a costume contest. So everybody please join us. Wear a costume if you can. And we're going to do a competition. What do you think, Ryan?
Oh, I think that's a wonderful idea. I think if everybody got their best costumes going, we would. That'd be fun to have a costume contest. I love that idea.
So please, come on, dress up. Let's have some fun next week. And we have a special guest. He's an incredible magician from Argentina. Just so you know how incredible is this guy. Copperfield called him 4 times last month to see his new material because he invents magic. He's really top of the line. He's a dear friend. He's joining us next week. and he's gonna do some spooky magic for Halloween. I'm also prepared
Okay.
something spooky. Ryan, you're gonna prepare something spooky as well for Halloween?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to now. Maybe the Monster Mash or something.
Okay, all right, cool. So please,
What's the spooky music? I'm gonna do some research and see what we got.
all right. So see you all, everybody, next week for Halloween. Ryan, take it away.
All right, thank you very much.